Meanwhile, at the Bait and Witch Manor in the living room, Roxanne is pacing back and forth. Till she heard the door close. Soon, Jack came in, and Roxanne saw her. Hey, I got her as soon as I can. And as Roxanne came to her, Jack is, I'm thinking about what happened with Ricky. It just reminded me, oi. And as Jack hugged his wife and hold her, it's okay. We will get by. And as they pull away and as she faced him, that's just it. I don't know if I can. Meanwhile, at the Preston Witch Manor at the front area, Gloria, Marie, and Holden finished coming downstairs. I can't believe it's the first day already. Yeah, it seemed like New Year just barely begun. Well, it did for the matter. Not so fast. And as Denise came to where they are, and they all saw her, there's been a little change of plans. What do you mean? You two lot will be attending school elsewhere. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, at the Dryden Park Academy in the hallway, Taylor and Kyle are talking. Come on, you seriously don't think they're responsible for his death? Like I said before, you have no idea of who they really are. Let me assure you with this. And as Kyle and Taylor begin kissing each other, unbeknownst to them, in a nearby corner, an arrow sticks out, aiming directly at Taylor, who's still kissing Kyle. Meanwhile, in Miss Drake's classroom, Miss Drake is speaking before the class with Hunter beside her. Welcome back to the second half of the term this season. I hope you lot had a good holiday and come back looking forward to dive into some hard work. Now, before we begin, I'm certain you all noticed a new student before you. His name is Hunter Montgomery. I'm certain everyone will do everything in their power to make him feel welcome here at Dryden Park. Is that understood? And as everyone said, yes, Miss Drake. Meanwhile, in the courtyard, Lucy and Eric are talking. I am so glad that we had this talk. I am too. And whatever force out there, we'll beat it. I know we will. Unbeknownst to Lucy and Eric, someone who's been watching them suddenly made a noise. Did you hear that? No, I didn't. Look, you overacting. It's probably your score or something. Yeah, maybe you're right. Of course I am. Come on, let's head back in. And as Lucy and Eric turn and head back into school. Meanwhile, a few yards where they were talking, in the woods, that same person that's been watching them glare an evil red eye. Meanwhile, at the Bait and Witch Manor in the living room, Roxanne and Jack are talking. Honey, we talk about this. Yes, I know. Whenever I see a glimpse of a reminder, it really brings me back there. I am trying my best. Hey, you're not alone in this. Even though I protect the city of Los Angeles, you and the kids are my family. You always come first, and I value that every single day. How did you get to be so brave? Cause I am, and that's not gonna change. Meanwhile, at the Preston Witch Manor in the living room, Gloria, Maria, Denise, and Holden are talking. Elsewhere, is this some sort of joke? No, it isn't. Those were strict orders from your parents, which means you need to go. No, she's not going anywhere for the manor. Where exactly did they say they're gonna be moving us? All I'm told to say is, you two lot will be heading to England. Then I'm coming as well. Aw, you wanna come too, you little friends? That's so cute. Not gonna happen. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, at the Dryden Park Academy in the hallway, Taylor and Kyle are still in the kiss, unaware that an arrow is aiming at Taylor. Soon, they pull away. How's that? Well, consider myself very reassured. Why don't you let me walk you to class, and then I'll come by and see how you're doing. Okay. And as they begin to walk away, till Taylor stopped and realized she forgot something, and Kyle noticed. What's wrong? I forgot my room key. Look, you go ahead and I'll catch up with you later. I'ma hold you to that. I'm sure you will. And as Kyle turned and walked away, and as Taylor watched, amazing. And as Taylor also began to walk away, but she's suddenly struck by the arrow, which caused her to collapse. Meanwhile, in Mrs. Drake's classroom, everyone is facing Mrs. Drake along with the new student Hunter. Aaron. Yes, Miss Drake. I want you to be Hunter's personal buddy. Show him about the school and update him on all the events that's happening. Yes, Miss Drake. Brody, do you mind moving to the back so Hunter can sit next to Aaron? And as Brody got up and went and sat in the back, while Hunter went and sat next to Aaron. Now then, let's begin the lesson for today. I'll be passing out the new summary outline for this season. Learn it well. And as Miss Drake went and began passing the sheets of paper to the students. Meanwhile, in Mrs. Hartley's classroom, class is in session as Lucy and Eric came in, and Tina saw them. You two do realize class started 5 minutes ago. I was making certain one was yes, I know about your little sister. Take your places, you two. And as Lucy came and sat down while Eric closed the door and went and took his place. Now, we're gonna be reading from Shakespeare. And as Douglas came in, and as everyone saw along with Tina. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to remind you all that you need passes to go off school campus. No exception from anyone. Do I make myself clear? And as everyone said, yes, headmaster. And as Douglas looked at Tina, please continue what you lot were doing. And as Doug went, I left the classroom. And as Lucy looked at Eric, what was that about? I think I know. Meanwhile, at the Baton Rouge Manor in the living room, Roxanne and Jack are talking. What's going on? Steve told me that they're gonna be having a funeral at Dryden Park. Well, that is fitting since he was a legend there. In addition, they'll be having the burial ceremony here. What's wrong? I just feel so helpless. No, Carol and Steve know we got their backs no matter what. Meanwhile, at the Preston Ridge Manor, Gloria, Maria, Denise, and Holden are talking. In case you haven't heard, Maria and I are a package deal. Denise, she's coming or we're not going anywhere. We don't even know if her parents approve of this. Why don't you let them be the judge? Fine, call them in the study. And as Maria went and hid in the living room, while Denise turns and faced Gloria and Holden. What? We may be kids, but we're not stupid and naive. I know this isn't out of the blue. It's because of Ricky's death. And it's because it's not a mystery, which explains the movie. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, at the Dryden Park Academy in the hallway, Kyle came back after hearing what he heard. What's going on? Oh my god! And as he came and saw Taylor on the ground. Taylor. And as he tried to feel a pulse. Taylor. I can't lose you. Meanwhile, in Mrs. Drake's classroom, class is in session. Just as Phoebe and Oliver came in, and Miss Drake saw him. Phoebe, Oliver, Nice for you two lot to join us. I'm sorry, Miss Drake. Given to what's happened, I'm gonna let you two slide, but don't push your luck. Now, take your places and you, Oliver, close the door. And as Phoebe went and took her place while Oliver closed the door and went and took his place. The second part of the term will test your limits. Whether or not you're cheap or not, that'll be up to you in the end. And as Douglas came in, and Miss Drake saw along the class, and as he went and faced the class. Sorry to interrupt, Miss Drake. I have an announcement I need to address to the classroom. Sure, Headmaster. The floor is yours. And as Miss Drake went and sat down while everyone is looking at Douglas, the headmaster. Meanwhile, in Mrs. Hartley's classroom, class is still in session while Tina is teaching before her class. I'm going to be placing an addition sheet for an upcoming play, which will be announced next week. Spoiler alert. If you are selected, just note that it'll count as an extra credit towards this class. Now, speaking of class, I'm going to be pairing you lot up for your first upcoming play you'll do here. Lucy, Eric, you mind passing out those books that's on that cabinet over there? And as Lucy and Eric got up and went and got the books and start passing them out while Tina's continue talking. We'll be going through this entire book. Here's some homework assignments I will give out. Thank you, Lucy and Eric. And as Lucy and Eric went and sat down, and as they look at each other, you're still on what happened. I have a funny feeling something big is about to arrive here. Meanwhile, outside the Dryden Park Academy, within the woods, something with a red glare eye is still watching. And it's a start to approach towards the school.